Chime is a fintech company that's been around for quite some time now, and they've been making some noise. As a matter of fact, the noise they've been making recently has actually been beneficial to the users. And from what I see, a lot of people are switching over to Chime now, and I would say that's probably a good choice. And when I say maybe a good choice, I mean if you bank with Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo, and you are to want to save some money and actually have a good high yield savings account, I don't believe you're going to get it from those banks. Now, don't get me wrong, those financial establishments are good for a lot of different reasons. They're just not good for a savings account. But recently, Chime rolled out this thing called Chime Plus, where if you unlock Chime Plus, you then get 3.75% on a APY, or a high yield savings account, which is way better than those traditional banks. And if you were to switch to Chime for that reason, that is one of the reasons why I would highly suggest you to go to Chime if you want a good high yield savings account. And in order to unlock Chime Plus, all you would have to do is basically get a direct deposit of $200 or more, and you would unlock Chime Plus. But if you want an additional $100, if you use my link in the description, whenever you get that direct deposit of $200 or more within the first 45 days of opening this account, you would then unlock that $100 bonus. And I would greatly appreciate that because it does help the channel out. And the reason why I say that the savings account is so important, because the traditional banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America, they offer 0.01% APY on their savings account. Basically, you won't earn any money in your savings account. Very, very, very small amount. But something like Chime or Chime Plus, and let's say you didn't get Chime Plus, they're offering at the time of filming this video 1.25% APY, which is still better than the traditional banks by a milestone. So even if you didn't get Chime Plus, the high yield savings account there is still better. Of course, there's better banks, very competitive banks that have way higher APYs than Chime, even with Chime Plus. But in the event that you do switch to Chime, Chime Plus is offering 3.75%, which is a very decent savings account. It is very good. It's a good place to park your money and just make some passive income on the money you're saving in your savings account. And another reason why I feel like a lot of people are switching over to Chime is because it's fee free. There's no minimum balance fees. There's no monthly fees. There's no fees. And personally, coming from someone who has had Chime for quite some time, I can vouch for that and say they have not charged me any fees. Well, at least at the time of filming this video. So I could see why a lot of people are switching over, because those traditional banks can get away with a few of those fees, and they definitely try. And sometimes they just do it. And because of that, a lot of people want a bank that doesn't charge them fees so they can focus on making money rather than losing it. And Chime also has 60,000 fee-free ATMs. Now, they don't have any locations like brick and mortar, and I will say that's where the traditional banks probably shine. But for most individuals that don't really need to go into a brick and mortar bank and can handle all their banking through their app, which I'm going to get more on in this video, then these 60,000 fee-free ATMs are a game changer, because they are places like Walgreens, 7-Eleven, CVS, places that you probably already been to or shop at. So you could just go inside and handle all your banking through Chime. And like I said, it's fee free, so you're not getting charged to deposit money or withdraw money. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. And Chime has a very good app. As a matter of fact, let's go through it a little bit throughout this video so I can kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. I have my phone right here, and let's just open up the Chime app. When you open the app, the first thing you're going to see is going to say accounts. And then you have your checking account, you have your balance. It has stuff like unlock Spot Me because I don't have Chime Plus. And then it has some stuff under there. You got the financial tools, you got Spot Me Boost, car insurance, taxes, and then it also says $100 for you, $100 for a friend. That's what I was explaining earlier in the video if you are to use my link and do all those steps. And then you go over here to the next tab where it says move. Move is basically move money, like transfer money, deposit checks, find an ATM, deposit cash, and stuff of that nature. Then the next tab is pay. Basically, you can pay anyone with the Chime app. And that also means people who don't have Chime. The person you're sending money to doesn't have to have Chime in order for you to send money to them, which is a cool feature. And I use it from time to time, not all the time, but sometimes. So let's go to the next tab, where the next tab says deals. And basically, this is a cool tab because this tab has all the deals that Chime partner with in stores, gas stations, stuff of that nature. You can get a deal if you use the app, and it will show you the gas stations that has the best prices. So that's a pretty cool thing. And then it'll give you some little money hacks here, everyday savings and offers. And then underneath that, it says unlock even more deals with Chime Plus, because like I told you, I do not have Chime Plus. And then the last tab is just profile. Basically, all your information and stuff like that. You can refer a friend, and then it got account information, like personal information, direct deposit setup, and stuff of that nature. So that's the Chime app in a nutshell. Me personally, I always seen Chime as a secondary bank, but lately they've been making a lot of moves, and I don't know. Maybe I might use Chime as my main bank. Who knows? But what I do know is Chime is making a lot of good moves in the right direction. And like I said, if you're going to sign up for the bank, if you use the link in the description, it helps the channel out tremendously, and I would greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next one.